For today's video, we're going to
answer some fan questions.
Yeah.
So we have 2 questions for today. I don't know if we're going to get around to both of them.
So let's start with the first one we got. It's a comment from Sci-Fi Girl Games.
Aw.
And she says, I love this style of these videos. Topic idea. What piece of media, be it video games, TV shows, movies, books, etc., had a subtle yet most profound effect on your life, whether it be from a week ago or when you were growing up? So that's a very
Yeah, that's a very heavy question. There's a lot of stuff in there. But I just thought of Ender's Game because I love like the it's like in the 3rd or 4th book when they're talking about like truth tellers. Okay, I haven't read this, so don't eat my ass if it's completely like worded wrong. So I haven't seen it in a while, but anyways. So like basically Ender gets hired to go to like this colony. Oh, by the way, spoilers for Ender's Game, so please add that in there. Because I mean, obviously in the first one you're like, oh my god, is he gonna die? Is he not gonna die? So
could you imagine if it was called Ender's Game and then Ender died in the first book?
You haven't read it? I feel like it would go that way.
Okay, fair enough.
But anyways.
You look in the back, George R. R. Martin. No! Not again!
So he goes to this colony because these people are like, hey, my dad died. Can you come and tell people about his life? Because they hated him. He was a drunk. And they were worried because it was like a Catholic planet. Yeah. They were worried that people were only going to say nice things about him when he was dead, but they wanted people to know what he was really like. And so Ender comes, he gathers the story on who this person was, and then he gives like a retelling so real that people can actually like release their grief over his death. Because I mean, even though they didn't like him very much, he was still their dad. And so they still have to like release that grief. And that was very powerful as well. It was like truth really, really sets you free. You have to know exactly what you're dealing with to really sink in there.
Here's like a would you not question. You will always know. You will Would you rather... Actually, I guess it's more like, if you could learn about everything in the world, including all the things about yourself, would you do it?
Yeah.
You would do it?
Yeah.
Even if a lot of it would, like, hurt your feelings? And
I mean, that's basically what media does to us all day, every day anyways.
I guess that's true.
Because it's literally like, oh, we're on fire. Oh, we're melting. Oh, all of those things are things that horrify me.
Yeah.
And that's why I try to limit the amount of non-local news that I take in. Because if it's local news, I feel like I can do something about it.
Yeah.
So yes, I would. I would learn everything.
Awesome.
And then I would try to only focus on the things that I could deal with myself. What about you?
See, here's the thing, right? So, like, I'm already pretty happy where I am. So, like, pressing that button would potentially risk making myself really sad when I'm already happy. So, from my perspective, I don't know if I would have messed up the good things. I probably wouldn't press it. Going back to the original question, I think back to a video that really, like, turned my life around.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Back in the day when I used to play World of Warcraft.
Okay, now I don't know what you're talking about.
There's one guy, he would make machinima videos. His name is Oxhorn, and he used to make a bunch of funny videos and stuff online. And at one point, he was asked the question, oh, where did you go to school to learn about movie making? And he's just like, oh, I went to study to become like a historian. I just started doing this for fun in my spare time, and now I'm doing it as like a paid thing. It was like such like a mind-blowing moment to me. We're just like, wait, you can just like pick up stuff and start doing them, which sounds so obvious thinking back to it, but like as a kid, everyone always tells you what to do.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you have to pick this one thing that you have to do, and then you have to do it forever.
And I'm just like, well, fucking if this guy can do it, I can probably do it. And that's what really started my like interest in like digital arts and like painting and whatnot and movie making, because when I was younger, I wanted to be an artist, but I never thought it was something I could do because a kid in class could draw a 3-dimensional cube and I couldn't.
It reminds me of so many people from school, because when I went to school, there was like someone that came in, he's like, I was an architect before, and now I'm doing this. And I thought, I was like, holy shit, like you've already made it, and you've decided, no, I've made it, but I'm going to try this other new thing because I think it would be fun. And I think that is the most fucking cool thing ever.
Dude, it's so inspiring. I love watching older people when they try to pick up like a new skill. But I remember I took like a beginner's Japanese course. There was this one guy there, and he was like retired. And he's just like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing here? Like,
he's like, I like anime. I like manga.
Oh, watashi wa old man desu.
Ooh, kawaii. Do you also like Naruto?
Oh, he's my favorite anime lad. I love that Naruto. Oh, and that other one, what is it called?
Single piece.
Single piece.
I enjoy that single piece.
One's piece.
But if you enjoyed it, you'd know what it was called.
Falls asleep. Gotta
get to the one line or whatever.
Oh my god, Becky. No. But point is, like, he was there, and, like, he was going to learn Japanese. He's like, oh, yeah, I've been thinking about going to Japan, so, I figured I would learn some of the language before I go there, and it's just like, oh, that's so nice.
Sometimes people don't realize that the things that they want to do, they can just do them. So, like, it's like, oh, I want to learn how to draw, but, like, I can't learn how to draw because I'm learning this right now. Man, if you want to do something, just fucking do it. I mean, obviously, you have to remember that there are consequences to your actions no matter what you do. So I'm picturing like a veterinarian, and then it's like, I want to be a vet. I want to do surgeries on animals. And you don't do any of the prerequisites, and you just take a cat, you slam it down on the table and rip it open. I was like, okay, maybe try to make sure you don't hurt anything else. You know what I mean? But if nobody's getting hurt, if nothing is getting hurt, then you're good to go. But like, please don't perform surgery before you know how to perform surgery.
I mean, here's a bit of a... I was thinking more about like other potential things that have like affected me from media and stuff. One that I think universally has affected everyone is twists. It's like when they reveal, they're like, oh, the character was...
Oliver Twist.
No, not Oliver Twist. Everyone knows Oliver
You look
Twist.
so disappointed in me. You're just like, Oliver Twist. What are you fucking talking about?
But like everyone's had that moment where they watch a movie and it's like, you know what, Luke, I am your father. And you're just like, no way. I feel like it really makes you reflect about the world around you and your surrounding and how just like, there are so many things that I'm not aware of. And I think like, honestly, that paranoia of like, oh, I'm gonna be tricked has really like helped people in general just like think better.
Yeah, totally. Because people fit the situations into the context of their own lives, and that's how they think and learn about new things and stuff. And I think people apply that to other people as well. Like, you know how like you're like on the bus and then you feel like someone is looking at you, making fun of you, but really they're just picking their nose and thinking about Inuyasha or something. You know what I mean? And they're just like not thinking about you at all, and they're just like drifted over to you. And then you're sitting there like, oh my god, this person is thinking this or that or whatever. And then like the twist is, oh, they weren't thinking about you after all. Woo! So it really helps people think outside the box.
The twist is there was no twist.
So like, and even if they are thinking about you, like, what do you care about some loser on the bus thinking about you?
Yeah.
Like, what does that even do to your life?
Yeah.
It does fucking nothing.
Yeah, fuck
Just
them.
leave them alone.
Yeah, fuck off. Is there a twist that you can remember that really got you as an adult or as a kid?
No, because again, you know that I'm not good at thinking stuff up on the spot. I would need to think about it. And then what I do is I take that information and I like file it away in my brain and I like put it in the file. But you know, like when the files are closed, it's very hard to find specific pieces of information. If you ask a very specific piece of information, then I can open the file, I can pull out the thing. Yes, I remember all of that. So you ask a very general question, and then my brain is like, meh, 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 overloaded. We can't find the thing because there's too many search results. Please, there's no search results because there's too many. So like when people are like, oh, what's your favorite book? I'm like...
Your head does like a fuse and just like...
Yeah, I'm standing, I'm like sweating, I'm like, and then I like start sweating so much and I feel like I'm gonna turn into a puddle. Writing these down in lists has really helped me. I have a specific book that I write down everything I don't want to forget, and then I can flip through the book. It makes it much easier.
I like to imagine if you were like a supervillain or a superhero, this would be your kryptonite. So you just like be hovering, just like, that's right, citizens, bow before me. I am the mighty destroyer of worlds. Hey! What's your favorite movie?
And then I fall out of the sky like a rock, and then I just...
Yeah, I have a spasm. Okay. Let's talk about that movie you wanted to talk about.
So I wrote it down and everything. Like, I was like, I have no idea what I'm going to say. I'm going to say click. So the protagonist, he fast forwards time so that he can get through all the boring parts of his life. And eventually he gets to the point where he's fast forwarding through literally everything. It reminds me, or it Because I've only seen this movie like once.
Same, but it made an impact.
It really does, because it makes you think, and you have to be consciously present in the moment so that you don't lose all of your time. Because people say that time speeds up when you get older, and time speeds up when you're doing the same things over and over and over again, and you're not getting any new stimulation. You have to look out for new and unique things. Otherwise, your whole life is just gonna fly by you.
It really is like that expression that variety is the spice of life.
Yeah, I live by that.
That being said, though, like at the end of the day, it's like if you just want to sit indoors doing nothing all the time, it's not.
But it's literally, even the person that wants to stay inside the most still needs to go outside. You just find the things that you like to do and do them. So like maybe you're like an anime dork, and you just like anime all the time. What you can do that also influences those interests is you can go to anime stores. You can go to anime conventions. You can pretend to be anime in the park. Like
I'm anime.
Yeah. But like you get what I'm saying though. There's like so many things that you can do that are stimulating. Your brain needs stimuli, and that's changing environments. So even if you don't want to go outside, you still should, but you should find things that you enjoy doing while outside. Because you don't want to wake up one day and just be old and not have lived your life. But yeah, the choice is there. The variety is there. You just have to reach out and grab it. That was the answer to, what was the person's name? Geek Girl?
Their name is Sci-Fi Girl Games.
Sci-Fi Girl Games. Thank you for your question, like a year ago. Sorry it took us so long. We thought about you the entire time.
Of course.
We were just busy.
Yeah, it was a profound question, so we obviously needed all that time to think about it.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant we thought about, like, answering the question the whole time.
Yes.
And so if you ask us a question, don't worry. It just takes a really long time for us to get through this right now. But
of course.
It'd be like that.
Yeah. If your question is interesting enough and we like it, we will usually respond telling if we like it or not. If we like it, we'll probably do it at some point. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Well,
So thanks for listening.
Smell you later, everyone.
Is that what we're saying? I feel like I remember that.
Yeah. That's the
Smell you later. So it makes me need to sneeze.